नमस्कार. 21 जून हा योगा दिन आपण आपल्या इन्स्टिट्यूटमध्ये प्रत्येक वर्षी साजरा करत असतो. पण या ठिकाणी यावेळच्या कोरोना रोगामुळे जे आपल्याला सोशल डिस्टन्सिंग जे ठेवायला सांगितलेलं होतं, त्या उद्देशानं आपण ऑनलाईन योगाचं जे महत्त्व आहे आपण इतर सर्वांच्या समोर आपण प्रेक्षेपित मांडण्याचा प्रयत्न करत आहे. त्या योगाची आपल्याला माहिती देण्यासाठी मिलिंद म्हैसकर हे आपल्यासमोर येणार आहेत आणि आपण त्यांच्याकडून योगाच्या संदर्भाची पूर्णपणे माहिती जी आहे ते आपण घरी बसूनच आपण ऐकायची आहे आणि त्या पद्धतीने भविष्यकाळामध्ये आपण जी योगाच्या संदर्भातली जी काही आपल्याला जे ज्ञान उपलब्ध त्यांच्याकडून जे झालेलं आहे ते आपल्या भावी आयुष्यामध्ये त्याचा वापर करून आपण ते अंमलात आणण्याचा प्रयत्न करायचा आहे. मी त्यांना अशी विनंती करतो की त्यांनी आपल्या जे योगा दिनच्या संदर्भात जी स्पीच आहे ते आपल्याला सर्वांच्या समोर मांडावी अशी मी त्यांना विनंती करतो.
Namaste. 21st June, the International Yoga Day. I guess most of you, those who are aware of what is Yoga Day, might have gotten ready early in the morning with their yoga mats, maybe on your terrace or in your bedroom or in your balcony, whichever place you find, and try to get into some postures or do some pranayama. Click the pictures of it and spread it through social media, just to show that this is Yoga Day and I am in this, and spread the awareness about yoga. Yes, you are right. International Yoga Day is being celebrated as per last 6 years. It's continued from 2015, since Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, who got the sanction of United Nations in 2015 to celebrate the International Yoga Day, and almost all the nations on the planet unanimously agreed to celebrate the International Yoga Day. And here we are. Yes, we are going through a certain situation which is a barrier that you cannot do yoga with your buddies, your friends on the ground. I understand the enthusiasm doing yoga with a lot of people, that creates a wave of happiness. But since today the situation is not permitting us to practice yoga on the ground or in a yoga studio or wherever you practice, but still it shows that you are attending some yoga sessions either through webinar or online. I know there are various ways to search for yoga and you are practicing these sessions. It shows that there is enthusiasm. Let us first understand why this Yoga Day, because some of you might be thinking, what is the need of pushing yoga this much on an international level, that too on a 21st June? Those who are already practicing yoga or into yoga to certain level, they must be knowing what it takes to practice yoga, what it means to be a yogi, or what it means to be a yoga practitioner. But some of those who are quite critical about it, those who are thinking, why should I practice yoga? I'm a management student, or I'm studying engineering, or I'm doing anything else. What is the need of yoga? Why is United Nations, so many countries are practicing and pushing this through whatever means that they can? So let us understand this first, because that will help you to set the context in which you practice yoga, which is very important, I guess. So International Yoga Day on 21st June. As we all know, most of us who have studied science, we know that 21st June happens to be a summer solstice. That is called as Dakshinayana in India. So what is summer solstice? The axis of our planet Earth is more tilted on the northern hemisphere towards the star that it orbits. That means Earth's axis is more tilted towards the sun. That is the longest day of the year. 21st June is the longest day of the year. What does it signify? Longest day means more sunlight, less darkness, more brightness. I think that is what everybody is seeking. You want to become more bright. So 21st day being a yoga day, this signifies that you're journeying towards the brightness, the brightest day of the year. Sun signifies the brightness, and you're practicing, or maybe those of you who are not practicing yoga, maybe you start practicing from today. So this is a very good day to start yoga practice. Those who are already practicing, of course, it is a nice day to continue the practice. So this is the reason United Nations and so many countries, through whatever means, corporate companies, judiciary, government, and wherever people can practice, they're already pushing through it. As we all know that we are going through a certain pandemic situation, and especially the government of India through Ayush Mantralaya, they're pushing yoga day. Every yoga day has a certain theme. Theme means an underlying message. Since 2015, there have been various themes that have been promoted by various governments. So theme for this year's yoga practice is yoga for health and yoga with family. So which is the need of the hour, I guess, because we are trying to be safe and we are trying to stay away, we are trying to stay isolated. When somebody is isolated, there is a lot chance, there is a big chance that you may feel frustrated because you are not part of your day-to-day routine, day-to-day activities. You are missing so many things, and your mind and your body might not cope up with the situation that you are caught up into. Some of you might feel sick, some of you might feel not well with the situation, and this is the right time to practice yoga, and this is the right day. So it is a very good opportunity for all of us, those who are already practicing, those who are considering to practice yoga. This is a very good opportunity that you get into the right mindset and you practice yoga. So as we all saw that International Yoga Day is celebrated on 21st June. What is yoga? Now this question might come up. What is yoga? So in general terms, people think yoga means a physical exercise. So many people think, I'm already going to a gym, I'm already going for swimming, I'm doing running, so many things. Why is the need of yoga? The main reason of yoga, yes, of course, it has a certain physical sense to it, it has a certain physical meaning and importance to it. That is the main reason people are pushing through it. But when we say health, as I said, the underlying theme of today's Yoga Day, the International Yoga Day, is yoga for health and yoga with family. So when we say health, what is health? Health means, in general terms, when we understand, being free from illness of physical and mental, any illness. So how do you stay free from this kind of illnesses? See, keeping yourself fit on a physical level, that is one aspect of it. Maybe somebody is fit on physical level, but what if he is fully stressed out? What do you do with that? So yoga is something which you can practice not only on your physical level, but whatever you consider yourself to be. In general terms, who we are. In general terms, what we can say is we are our body, we are our mind, what we experience generally. We are our body, we are our mind, we are our emotions, and we have a certain energy that functions through all this. So on 4 dimensions, everybody can relate to who we are. There may be other definitions by other people, but in common terms, so how do you become healthy? Taking care of all these dimensions. And what is the simplest way to do it? Although yoga covers a larger aspect of life, but since we are going through a certain situation and the theme for this yoga day has been put as yoga for health and yoga with family. So considering this aspect of health, practicing yoga has become important in that certain context. So physical health, how do you practice to be healthy physically? What we do, as I said, somebody is going to the gym, somebody is keeping a proper diet, somebody is doing some other exercise. For keeping yourself healthy physically, there are so many things. So we are all doing this. But apart from this, when we practice yoga, you are not only practicing certain asanas, as you all understand. Asana means getting into a posture, twisting your body. You are getting your body to work to get into a certain posture. Not only asanas, but you practice, there are other aspects of yoga, which I would say asana, pranayama and meditation. Largely understood, these are 3 things that anybody practices when it comes to yoga. So everybody, most probably you get up early in the morning and start roll out your mat, do some asanas, which tying yourself in the knots, getting into some postures. But when this is not like an exercise. See, when you are practicing, in the gym, there is a gym trainer, is guiding you. Maybe there is no trainer, you are simply pulling weights or doing some exercises with the instruments that you have in the gym. But with yoga, the instrument that you are using is your body. So it is very easy, even for a layman. Those of you are not going to the gym, the instrument that you require is some space, 6 feet, 10 feet, some space and your body. That is all that it takes, and some understanding of how things are done. So on this occasion of Yoga Day, if we can talk a little bit about, as I said, what is yoga and how can I put it in practice with the context of this yoga for health and yoga for family. There are other aspects, as I said, larger aspects that may be considered later if the interest generates more, and then people can go on practicing these things. But yoga for health, as I said, you start with asanas. Now that I'm sitting on the other side of camera and maybe you are listening from other side, so it is not possible, and we are not together, so it is not possible to practice through camera. See, yes, in this situation you guys may be practicing some online sessions, doing some online session, that is a different thing. But when we say yoga, it is not just instruction, it is a certain transmission, so that needs one-to-one guiding. So as I said, practicing yoga, getting started with asanas, because everyone relates to the body, to the high possibility. When I say you're your mind, you're your body, or you're your emotions, everybody would say, yes, I can definitely say I'm my body. So putting your body for some practice, is the basic starting process of yoga. So all I would say is, if you get a good trainer, let's say those who are already practicing, they know how to practice these things. But if you don't have somebody, get somebody who can guide you a little bit into yogic practices and start doing asanas. Asana means a physical posture. Start doing certain pranayamas. When I say pranayama means regulating your breath. Why I'm pushing for pranayama? Why I'm telling you about pranayama? Because pranayama is a certain aspect of yoga which is more important than asanas. Now I'm saying yoga is not just physical exercise, but yoga is a way of life. Yoga says the reason why United States is pushing yoga, the main reason is because yoga pushes you yoga helps you to move closer towards oneness. And that is the most important thing in today's world, because as you all see, we are living in times of turmoil. The fight in the world is not evil, good versus evil. It is always about what I think versus my belief versus your belief. So when yoga helps you to live in coexistence with everybody, that is the main reason. If on a large scale everybody practices yoga, coexistence is the most important thing, and it naturally gets cultivated. See, if you say, yeah, I understand all these philosophies and I'm trying to coexist, it doesn't happen. But the beauty of yoga is you start practicing yoga and naturally you become aware of the environment, aware of the people, aware of the situation that you are living in, and naturally you start coexisting, and that which is a very fundamental thing in the world, because it decreases friction, and friction is the main reason why there is so much turmoil, stress and depression and all these fights that we are seeing, not only externally but internally. That is the main reason, and yoga will push you towards a certain state where you will slowly attain that equilibrium which will help you to function well in the world. See, naturally everybody is trying to do is trying to get a little larger slice of life. Maybe some students, why are you studying? So you can grasp more larger piece of life, so you can get a good job, maybe you can start a good business. Those already into business, what are they looking for? They are already looking for higher achievements. Those who are in higher achievements, what they are looking for, or what is the next level. So our natural instinct is expansion. Everybody is looking for expansion, and yoga is the thing that will help you out with cope up with the natural process. And how do you expand? Actually, how do you expand? See, the expansion in today's world, especially today's competitive world, is solely dependent upon your competence. And how do you enhance your competence? See, competence is about your productivity in the world. Competence, when I say competence, it is productivity, and productivity is all about how much energy can you generate today. So how do you generate that energy? See, as I said, you have a body, you have a mind, you have certain emotions, and you have energies that are functioning through all three. So if you get a process through which you can enhance the capacity, I would say, when I say enhance the capacity is already there. Since we are all human beings, in terms of interiority, we are all the same. But through certain practice, through certain technical process, if you can enhance your capability, of course, it will generate more energy. And when there is more energy, of course, you will be more productive. And that is, when you are more productive, obviously you will be in more demand, and the next things will follow. So yoga becomes the big thing, because expansion is the main expansion is the main thing that everybody is looking for, and yoga will certainly help you. See, it will help you with so many other things, but definitely when I say expansion doesn't mean you're getting bigger and bigger. Expansion means maybe in your career, maybe in your relationship, maybe in your health, maybe in your studies, whatever you are doing, you're trying to focus. When you focus, you adapt. When you adapt well, you grow, and when you grow, things happen the way you want. And yoga is the thing that will help you out, definitely help you out, because as I said, on various levels of who you are, your body, your mind, your emotions and your energies, yoga has certain processes which will help you out to enhance the energies of it. There is a quote by Swami Vivekananda. He says, each man is potentially divine, each being is potentially divine, and the goal is to manifest that divinity. And how do you do that? Do that by work or worship or psychic control, one of them or all, and get free. So how do you, and yoga is the practical mechanism, a technical process. It is not there is a philosophical aspect to it, but it is the practical mechanism through which you can enhance your energy, you can become more productive, and you can become more healthy, which is most important in today's conditions, because in this pandemic situation, everybody is concerned about their health. If I start throwing some philosophical tantrums, you would say that is not working for me, because I'm already stressed out. I'm sitting in my home trying to concentrate on my studies, attending these webinars and all these things, but somehow I'm not able to put that together. But yoga, I'm telling you, today is 21st June. if you practice this yoga for next 21 days, pick up any simple yogic process. Maybe it can be a meditation, it can be a simple pranayama, or maybe simple practice, simple asana, or maybe the best is Surya Namaskar. If you can learn it through it, there are so many videos available over the internet, so many teachers are there. You connect with somebody, and from today onwards, if you practice all these things for next 21 days, it is so easy. Next results are getting quicker, and I am telling you, after 21 days, you will definitely become a practitioner of yoga for your whole life. That is the importance, and that is the strength of this yoga. And as I said, the theme is yoga for health and yoga with family. And when we say family is a group of people. It's not just a group of people working in some company, but your near and dear ones who are living together. And since this situation is not allowing us to go outside of our homes, or maybe wherever you are, maybe some people are quarantined, or some people are staying with their parents, some people for studies they have migrated to other places, and you're trying to concentrate, you're trying to listen to me. So many things are happening, but yoga is something. When I say family, a bunch of people staying together, near and dear people. So everybody has a different thought process. It is very difficult, I know, because so many people have been telling it's been almost more than 2 or 3 months people are staying together, and so many people are complaining about, see, my family members, I did not know my wife is like this, I did not know my parents are like this, I did not know my friends are like this, because everybody has a different thought process, and you're staying together for quite some long time, and it is affecting. You are not able to coexist. As I said, coexistence. You are not able to cope up with the situation, cope up with the people, but if you practice yoga, it will naturally cultivate this possibility. It will naturally cultivate that intelligence, and you will be able to cope up with your surrounding, your family. And yoga with family means family will have a meaning. I'm telling you, practice it for 21 days, for 40 days, for 50 days, or some physical asanas, some pranayama, which is regulation of your breath. There are certain processes, very simpler processes. I'm not talking some big stuff or some rocket science. It is very simple. Start with simple processes, and that which is very simple will work efficiently. So start with some simple processes that will definitely give you results in some time, because it is giving results. So many ideally yoga practitioner would not go into scientific stuff which is trying to prove these things, but since we function in a world where you need a scientific basis for everything, there are sufficient studies that have been done, not only in India because it is an Indian science, but all over the world. Esteemed universities and esteemed scientist people, they have been practicing, they have been studying these things, and they are coming up with results. Yes, yoga is efficient, it is better. These are the suggestions that have been put forward, and that is the reason United Nations has been pushing this. And what can be the best opportunity than this yoga day, and especially for Indians. Being an Indian, it is very natural. In every street you will find somebody who is practicing some or the other form of yoga, especially in this situation when the students who are trying to study, maybe maybe thinking of so many things. What about the future? Because we are living in such conditions where nobody is able to completely figure out what is going to happen, maybe next in 6 months, and this is creating certain anxiety. And yoga is the thing, as I said, asanas, pranayama, and meditation. These are the 3 aspects. There is a very, as I said, the subject is very vast, the practice is very vast, but considering the situation, asanas, pranayama, and meditation, these 3 words, very simple practices. If we are in a class together, you are in a class with somebody for a yoga class, there are simple practices that can be learned over a period of maybe within a week. You can pick those processes, and if you practice this, you will realize that the anxiety about the situation, maybe depression. Some people have already some people, maybe they have already planned so many things and they are about to get the results, and suddenly the situation arises and you are already like collapsed. So yoga is the thing. This is the reason yoga for health. This is the health doesn't only mean physical health, because you are already quarantined or you are already isolated, you are already staying with your family or at your home. It doesn't mean you are healthy. Maybe physically you are healthy, you are eating good food, but mentally, what about mentality? What about mental strength? So yoga is the thing that will help you practice the equilibrium that one needs to achieve to function efficiently in the world. Now let us understand what we can do. What we can do as a yoga practice. As I said, it needs to be taught by a teacher. It needs to be learnt under supervision, because that which is very efficient, if not practiced in a right way, there are certain other possibilities. I would not say consequences, but there are certain other possibilities. What is the simplest practice that we can do? We are sitting home. When I say asana, those who are gym goers or are already doing exercises, they know about certain processes, what we call as Shitilikaran Vyayama. That means loosening exercises. you can easily pick up a few loosening exercises, just like jogging, bending your body, twisting your body. Simple exercises, neck exercises, simple practices that you can pick up. You can do it for some time, then get into Surya Namaskara. Surya Namaskara is maybe you think it's a complex process, but it isn't. There are a lot of videos available over the internet. Since you are already in your home locked down, the best way to learn something, and eventually everybody has to pick this up because the future is digital. So how to grasp things through digital, this is the best chance. Even yoga can be transmitted through digital devices. So there are so many videos of qualified teachers and beautiful processes explained very nicely. Go through it. This is the best day. Learn some techniques, practice Surya Namaskara, practice certain asanas. There are 4 types of asanas in general terms: standing asanas, sitting asanas, inverted posture asanas, and sleeping asanas. So these are very fundamental asanas, getting your body in some posture and maintaining your awareness. So if you pick up certain practices over the internet and start practicing these things, it will have an impact, which definitely maybe those students who are waiting for their college to start, maybe studies to start in a month or two, when you go to the college, step into your institution or your organization, maybe on your company, you will realize that I am functioning very efficiently, and you will be more happier than who you are. Pick certain asanas, pick certain simple yogic exercises, some practices, and start doing it, because it doesn't matter what we talk. Yoga is something that you cannot just talk. Yoga is something that you have to practice, and this is the opportunity when those of you who are not already practicing yoga, as I said, use digital means. There's ample material available all over the internet. Since you're already using these internet devices and so many websites and so many other social media instruments that are available, pick certain simple practices. I'm stressing on simple practices because the complex practices and even the practices which will in short period of time giving more results, there are certain practices like that, but they need to be trained under people who are observing you or rectifying you. So pick up some simple practices, and this is the need of the hour. Simple practices, staying as simple as possible. Take these practices from the internet. As I said, search over the internet, keywords, put your keywords like yoga, asanas, pranayama, meditation. These are the words. Put it, get the practice, try to imbibe it. You're already at your home, you have a space, you're already practicing social distancing, though it is not much needed for practicing yoga. As I said, some any place, even in your balcony, you can practice these things. Some asanas, simple asanas, standing asanas, sitting asanas. Ideally, somebody should be demonstrating the asanas and you should be learning it. But as I said, it is already available over the internet. Get some asanas, simple asanas, pick up asanas, do asanas for a while. Let's say there is, in today's situation, probably half an hour of practice is sufficient, or maybe 45 minutes. Easily one can take out. You are engrossed in your studies or other business situation, you are thinking how to get started because this lockdown is somewhere, we are very near to getting things started. We don't know what will exactly happen, but we are very near. So you must be thinking how to execute whatever plans that we have made during the pandemic situations. But you can, I believe everybody can take out at least 45 minutes and practice certain processes. When I say pranayama, asanas I already told, very basic practices where you move your body, get into certain posture. You can easily practice. The barrier is we are not able to show it to you, but I am hopeful and I am quite sure those of you who will search over the internet, you will get the practices. Pranayama, very simple practices. Sitting eyes closed, get in a comfortable posture. See, this is something, at least these are the things that I can give you, because what is the output, what is the outcome of this session that we are having, because we are just discussing and there was no practice. There are certain limitations, but still at least basic practices that you can do. Sitting eyes closed is the best practice. Sit in a comfortable posture, close your eyes and try to observe your breath, which is very simple. Everybody, whoever, maybe you are ill, maybe physically not well, anybody in any situation, any condition, you can sit with your eyes closed at least for 10 minutes. You can start with this when you are getting into yoga practice. For those who are already practicing other aspects, other styles of yoga, sit with your eyes closed and start observing your breath. When you become aware of your breath, that is when you enter into practicing pranayamas. So pranayama is supposedly something which will pump up a lot of energy in you, and as I said, when there is more energy, there is more productivity. When you are more productive, things will happen the way you want, and especially when things happen the way you want, we say you are successful. So in terms of management, if you are everything that we are doing, management essentially, what does it mean? It means creating the situations the way we want, in simple terms. So when you get control of who you are, you can obviously dominate this. When I say dominate, you can obviously impact the situation that you are into. You can stay in an equilibrium, you can be stable, and which is very important, because already academic part you are already studying, or the business part you are already doing it. Even the skill set that one needs to have, you already studied it. You are already, some of you are already into business or some jobs, you already have it. But what is the need of practicing yoga? Yes, it will help you enhance more. Whatever you are doing, it will help you to enhance more. So get into some simple posture. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and start observing your breath. A very simple practice. Practice it for 10 minutes every day. Maybe in a couple of weeks, you will be able to recognize how the breathing pattern is happening. See, this is very simple. Nothing is needed. How breathing is happening. When you are aware how breathing is happening, you can try to alter your breathing, or you can try to regulate, or I should say control. You can try to regulate or control your breathing. When you get a certain control over your breathing, the air or oxygen intake that is going in, you have the control over it. When you have control your breathing process, the physical activity that you are performing, it can enhance. And in 21 days, as I said, if you practice these things for 21 days, because there are not many things that can be without demonstration, or without observing, or without rectifying. There are not many things that can be done. Of course, there are, as I said, so many videos are available over the internet, so many teachers are available. You can, of course, with their guidance, you can practice these yogic processes. But whichever situation that you are into, this pandemic situation, keeping yourself healthy. What Ayush Mantralaya has given a protocol for yoga. Maybe those of you who are already practicing yoga over the last 5 years or 6 years, Ayush Mantralaya has given a certain protocol of yoga. That protocol is freely available. Maybe on social media it will be distributed. Maybe some of you might have already got it a couple of days ago in WhatsApp or so many other social media places like Facebook and all. Everybody is spreading that, because it is advised by government. And very simple practices. How to get into loosening exercises, how to practice Surya Namaskar, how to practice asanas, these are physical postures, how to practice pranayama. There is a protocol. The best thing that can be given to you, if most of you might have received it through some or the other channel, social channel. If you don't have it, Google it over the internet. Social protocol for International Yoga Day by Ayush Mantralaya, or Ayush Mantralaya protocol for the day. Any keywords you put into, there is a protocol, half an hour practice that is there. Most of you might have taken part in yoga days that have been already conducted earlier years, like 2019 or 2018, maybe in your organizations or your companies, wherever you might have taken, because that is the same protocol that is being practiced since 2015, and that has been designed considering your health, which is the most important thing right now. As I said, there are more aspects to yoga, but the current situation is what we are looking is for yoga for health and yoga with your family. So this protocol is the most suitable time, I would say, because last year the theme was yoga for heart, the previous year yoga for peace. See, these are the things that are natural consequences. Once your health is in your hands, see, being happy, half of it is already done. You're healthy means you're already happy. So follow this protocol, which is of half an hour. Do some asanas, do some pranayamas, do some meditation. As I said, sitting eyes closed is the beginning of meditation. Then there are certain processes, maybe guided meditation, non-guided meditations. There are so many things. This is very interesting, I would say. Already those who are practicing, they know the benefits of it. Those who are not practicing, what I am saying, sitting eyes closed, with nothing. I already told you what to do. Sit eyes closed for 10 minutes. And the next step, practicing pranayama, sitting eyes closed and observing your breath. And that will have a tremendous impact, which will make you more enthusiastic, and which will make you explore more dimensions of yoga. And yoga has been beautifully has been explained. See, scripture, these Indian scriptures, because it is an Indian thing, Indian scriptures say what is yoga. There are so many definitions that have been given, which are yoga, chitta vritti, nirodha, etc., etc. But the most important definition of yoga, which is of prime concern for us, is yoga karmasu kaushalam. See, as I said, karmasu kaushalam means skill in action. Skill in action is yoga. This is the best thing. So if you are skillful, maybe some of you are already working in some company. If you are skilled at your job, you are already practicing yoga. If you're skilled at teaching, you're already practicing yoga. If you're a good student, bright student, you're already practicing yoga. The other dimensions and the other practices of what actually we do, like physical practices, mental practices, and other sorts, is just helping you enhance that your skill set. And skill in action, as I said, samatvam yoga uchyate. This is the second definition. Samatvam means being equanimous. Equanimous is yoga. This is the second definition. See, skilled in action and being equanimous. What else do you want? If you master these two things, it doesn't matter what you are doing. Whether you are a student, whether you are a doctor, whether you are working with some company, running your own business, or doing whatever you want. If you are skilled in whatever you are doing, and if you are able to stay equanimous in your situations, in whichever situations you are, that is the best thing that can happen. So today is the day when you can practice this yoga, any simple yoga, do some physical exercises, yogic practices, asanas, pranayama, meditation. These are the three words I would stress. These are the three things. Asanas, as I said, standing asanas, simple asanas available over the internet in this situation. Or if you have somebody who can guide you through it, get a guidance and start practicing. Pranayama, I said basic simple practice for pranayama, which even now, right now after the session, you can sit for 10 minutes, sit your eyes closed, or you are already into meditation. If you are not doing anything else, thoughts will come and go. But if you want to practice, if you want to have a glimpse of what is pranayama, start observing your breath. It is happening with a certain rhythm. So becoming aware of your breath is again a part of pranayama. So you are already practicing yoga. So just becoming aware of it is the best thing. And then slowly from tomorrow onwards, maybe those who are not practicing, tomorrow onwards, a simple practice of half an hour, as I said, the protocol given by the Ayush Mantralaya, which will help you stay healthy. Because if you are healthy, if you are alive and if you are healthy, then you can think of going outside in the world and becoming productive or achieving whatever you want. And the need of the hour, as I said, we are in a certain situation wherein you cannot say asymptomatic, symptomatic, so many things are floating around. So if you practice yoga, at least this much will happen. Whatever, maybe some of you are taking medicine, some of you are not taking medicine, but if you practice yoga, definitely there is a certain level of confidence and clarity that will get built up in you. And when you go out there in the world, when the operations are started everywhere, when you go out there in the world, within 21 days, I am saying, you will feel more comfortable, more confident, more productive. And when you feel it, you start generating that energy. And when you start generating that energy, you have a certain impact in the situation. And I think this is the motive behind pushing yoga on an international level. Because if you have so many people who are able to perform their actions or whatever job they are doing or whatever their activity, level of activity that they are doing in the world, if they are doing it efficiently, and if they are able to maintain a certain equilibrium and coexistence with the situation that they are in, that is the best possible scenario that everybody is wishing to live into. So this is on an International Yoga Day. So I would say practice yoga. Keep these three things in mind to start with: asanas, pranayama, and meditation. Asana, basic understanding, get into some body postures. So many guided videos are available. Pranayama, when you sit for meditation, simply sitting eyes closed, observing your breath. This is the basic practice. We don't need anybody for that. And if that generates a certain amount of interest in you, definitely you can go further. And I would appeal all of you, those who are already practicing, keep practicing yoga. And those who are not practicing, see, any which way there is nothing much to do. You're already bored for the last 3 months. If you're not practicing, let me give it a try, because this is a technology. When I say this is a technology, you can simply use it like a gadget. You're using your body like a gadget. Let me see if I bend my body, what can happen. Let me see if I hold my breath for a certain time, what can happen. Of course, not holding your breath for a certain amount of time where this is not what I mean. But let me see what happens. Let me see what happens if I sit with my eyes closed. If I'm able to become more peaceful, if I'm able to become more happy, if I'm becoming to feel more healthy, because feeling healthy is also important. So many cases this situation is such that we are reading so many things on social media, we are reading so many things, so news are bombarding everywhere. Even a fit people, I'm seeing fit people are thinking, is there something is happening to me, I don't know. So this is something lacking of confidence or situation overpowering you. And if you practice yoga, definitely you will come up after this situation, you will come up more healthy, come up more confident, come up more productive and more energetic. And certainly I guess this is something that everybody is looking forward to. So those who are already practicing, keep it practice. Those who are not practicing, learn it through some media, get a guide, get through over the internet, practice this. and let us see what happens. And I'm quite sure that this will be an differentiator in your life. It doesn't matter whoever you are. As I said, it doesn't matter who you are. What you are looking for is quite clear for everybody. Whatever level of life, whatever level of situation, whatever situation that we are into, everybody is looking for the same thing. And yoga is a tool. For everybody it works. This is sure. For everybody it works. So I would appeal all of you, those who are practicing, keep up the practice. Those who are not practicing, please get into some practice. This is the best time. Still we are in certain situation of pandemic situation, and keeping in mind your health and your family. See, the best thing is if you can pull your family together for practicing yoga, it is a joy. I am saying it is a joy. If all of you are said coming together, of course social distancing, you're coming together and practicing some asanas, practicing pranayama and meditation, it is a joyful situation. And when you are joyful, being healthy is a consequence of being joyful to certain extent. So again, it's an appeal. Practice yoga, stay healthy, stay fit, and enjoy the time with your family. Thank you.
आज आपणाला मिलिंद सर यांनी योगाच्या संदर्भात जी माहिती दिलेली आहे त्याबद्दल आपण आपल्या इन्स्टिट्यूट मार्फत त्यांचे आभार मानतो. आणि आपण त्यांनी दिलेले जे इन्स्ट्रक्शन आहेत ते भावी आयुष्यामध्ये अंमलात आणण्याचा आपण प्रयत्न करायचा आहे. आणि हा सदरचा कार्यक्रम योगा दिन हा संपलेला आहे असं मी जाहीर करतो.